Yeah, baby. Welcome to Showtime Reacts. It's going down. UFC Paramount era is beginning. And what I'm going to do on this channel is I'm going to break down every single event, give you my picks and predictions, and then I'm going to do a reaction show after the event. Man, am I excited. UFC 324. We've had a 6-week break from the UFC. I'm absolutely fiending for some MMA fights, some blood, some action. And what a card to start off the year. Gaethje versus Pimblett for the UFC lightweight interim title. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit upset that the Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison fight is off. I was genuinely looking forward to that one. For a women's fight, man, I don't get much better than that. Amanda Nunes always brings the fight. Anyway, that fight's off. So I'm going to run through the card, give you my picks. Please drop a like, a comment, and a subscribe. It goes a lot further than you think for a channel just starting out. We're just starting out, baby. And watch where we go. Watch this space. Let's fucking trot. And if you like this content, check out all my other content. I'm dropping weekly vlogs. Let's go, baby. Alrighty. I'm going to start with the main event. We've got Justin Gaethje versus Patrick Pimblett. Breaking down this fight, man. I wish I had the age here. I know that Gaethje's 37 and Paddy's 31. Doesn't say, but man, what a fight! This is the fight that I wanted. Like, I didn't want Ilya versus Paddy straight away. I want Paddy to have another fight in the meantime. And man, this is perfect. Justin Gaethje, the highlight reel. Wow, what a fight! Thinking about it, it can either go two ways. Either Gaethje's going to beat the brakes off him on the feet, like he did to Tony Ferguson, or Paddy's going to get him down and sub him. It's hard to say, man. Gaethje looked good in his last fight against Fiziev. He looked good, man. Paddy looked good against Michael Chandler. Truthfully, hand on heart, I have a feeling that Gaethje's going to tune him up on the feet, hurt him. I don't think he'll finish him, but I think he will beat the brakes off him a bit on the feet, to be honest. The leg kick, that big left hook. But in saying that, it's Batty Mafia all day. I'm going to go with Paddy Pimblett by second round submission. I need to see Paddy versus Ilya in 2026. Give it to me in my fucking veins, baby. Come on. Paddy Pimblett, round 2 submission. Come on. What a walkout. Man, I'm excited. Get me this fucking UFC card now. Paddy Pimblett, round 2 submission. Co-main event. Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Yadong Song Yadong. How do I see this one going down? Song hasn't been active in the past 2 years. He fought Peter Yan, he lost. That was March, I believe March 2024. Then he fought Henry Cejudo in January or February 2025, and he hasn't had a fight since. I don't know what he's been doing, wasting his career in his prime. But again, he's young, he's explosive, he's hungry. O'Malley's coming off the 2 losses to Marab. I just see O'Malley on the outside, pinging him, moving, sticking him with the teep, jabbing him, moving, staying at range. And Song doesn't quite pull the trigger enough, in my opinion. He does have that firepower and that knockout power, but when was the last time he flatline KO'd someone? It's been a while, man. So, yeah, I got Sugar Sean O'Malley, my motherfucking guy, 30-27 decision, pinging his head off. This is a good fight, man. This is a good fight. Waldo Salsa Boy Cortez Acosta. He's been making waves in the heavyweight division versus Derek Lewis, the knockout king. Man, this is a good heavyweight fight. What are they ranked? Oh, it doesn't have their ranking there. Oh, maybe I've got to click off it. Number 5 versus number 8. Okay. Man. When Acosta first came to the UFC, I was watching him and I'm just like, he's shit. But he's getting better and better. And he throws that right hand with some heat and with some speed. His only loss in the past, 10 or so fights is against Sergey Pavlovich. That's not a bad loss. He lost a 29-28 decision to that big Russian. D. Lewis is up and down, but you can't count him out. But ultimately, I think I'm going to go with Waldo by first round KO. He's just too fast, too young, too athletic. But and in saying that, Derek Lewis might just charge across the octagon at him. But yeah, I'm going to go with Waldo Cortez Acosta, Salsa Boy, first round knockout. Natalia Silva, ranked number 2 versus Rose Namajunas, ranked number 6. I'm going to go with Silva, 30-27, boring decision. She's too fast, she's too springy, she's too explosive. And Rose is just a bit slow at 125, man. I don't like her at 125, I'll be honest. She's not the same. Yeah, she's not the same 125. Look at her, no offense. Look at the bodies. The leanness, the muscle mass on Silva versus look at Rose. I mean, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. I'm going to go with Natalia Silva by decision. Snoozer. That's your piss break right there. Holy shit! What a fight. Oh. Man, again, what a card. Paramount era is here, baby. Wow. Arnold Allen, again, another guy who's not very active. He doesn't fight, and it gives me the shits because he's so good. He went on a 10-fight win streak over like 7 or 8 years in the UFC. You're not going to get a title shot. You don't fight. You got to fight, be active. Gene Silva, coming to the UFC. 5 knockouts in a row. Made headlines. Highlight reel knockouts. That's what you got to do. You make an impact in this sport. And he's done that. He lost to Diego Lopez. That was an unreal fight. That was probably the fight of the year last year, in my opinion. That was unbelievable. Well, round 2 had to be the round of the year, in my opinion. But, how do I see it going? I think Arnold Allen is a better mixed martial artist. And I think if he was active, he should win this. He's a dog, man. He's had some dog fights. He went 47-48 against Max Holloway. He can fight, he can tough it out, he can dog it out. But ultimately, he just hasn't been active enough. He hasn't been in the cage enough. Gene Silva's hungry, he's training, he's been active, he's confident. And is Gene Silva going to chin him? I don't think he's going to chin him, but I do think it's going to be a dog fight, and I see Gene Silva winning a decision. Hailing out of Brasilia, the little 5'7" Gene Lord Silva.
Okay, everyone, you're here for the most important part of the video. It's Swaino's Lock of the Week and Swaino's Underdog of the Week. Swaino's Lock of the Week is a very easy one. It's Atiba Gaethje. Anyone that they give this guy that's outside of the top 10 is feeding a lamb to the slaughter. This guy is going to run through anyone until he gets to the top of the division. So it's an easy one. He'll run over that Puliev dude. Easy lock of the week. The underdog of the week, I've got Big Derek Lewis. D-Lou. I see him finding that overhand on Waldo's chin. I think it's a great underdog. I think he's sitting at about $3.50. Amazing underdog of the week. That's it. See you next time.
Okay, this is again another great fight. The prelim headliner. We've got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Gustaguera Figueiredo, the god of war. The man who kept fighting alive during COVID. Kept the flyweight division alive. Wow. Rank number 2 versus rank number 6. Umar's going to break the brakes off him. He's gonna be too fast for him on the feet. He's going to be able to take him down at will, hold him down, ground and pound him. Figueiredo's old, man. He's 37, he's 38. He's had so many fights. He went on a good run at bantamweight. And I do see him beating a lot of the top 15 bantamweights. But the top 5, he just can't hang with, man. He's too small. He's a bit too old. He's past his prime. I'd love to see him win. Figueiredo was one of my favourite fighters back in the day. He was finishing people left, right and centre. And he's someone who fights with violence, which is what we need. We need that excitement. But yeah, I'm going to go with Umar Nurmagomedov. Is he going to finish him? I've got a weird feeling Figueiredo's going to get injured or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Umar and Magomedov by dominant decision. Okay, in the middleweight division, we've got Ateba Gaethje versus Andre Pulaev. Yeah. Ateba Gaethje he's a freak show, you know what I mean? He's an absolute freak show, and they're going to be setting him up with fights. I'll be honest, I've never watched this Andre Pulaev. I've never seen him fight. He's from Russia. That's a good sign. 10-3. But Ateba Gaethje is probably just going to steamroll. I'm going to go Ateba Gaethje first round knockout. And then we've got Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. This is going to be a banger. Both these guys charge forward. They fight hard. They're big. They're finishers. Nikita Krylov's on a 2-fight losing streak by KO, and Modestas is on a great little streak at the moment, coming back to the UFC since his return after his knee injury when Khalil Roundtree stomped him into oblivion. That was disgusting, by the way. I think Krylov's going to win. I think Krylov is, again, a better mixed martial artist. And I think where he thrives is in the chaos. So I think he's just going to make it a dogfight in the first 30 seconds and overwhelm Modestas and maybe bring back a little bit of that PTSD. You know, some of that cage PTSD. And yeah, I'm going to say Nikita Krylov by TKO in the first round. Second round. First or second. Oh, man. What a fight. I love this for a flyweight fight. Charles Johnson versus Alex Perez. Number 11 versus number 13. Charles Johnson is one of the most active fighters in the UFC. He just KO'd Lona Kavanagh. He does not get enough credit. He KO'd the champion Joshua Van. Man, he's good. He's got some bad losses on his record, like Ode Osborne. Like, brother, what is that? But again, he's pulled himself back together. Alex Perez always brings it. He's a good mixed martial artist. Doesn't seem to perform to his best abilities. But ultimately, I think Perez is going to be going for the takedowns. I do think he'll get him, but I think Charles Johnson will be able to get back to his feet. And he just has an unbelievable gas tank, an unbelievable amount of cardio, and he just puts the volume on people. And I think Alex Perez won't be able to do enough to keep up with Charles Johnson. I think Charles Johnson will win a decision. Hopefully it boosts him up in the rankings. We can get him up into the top 10 and start pushing for some bigger fights. But yeah, have a look at little stats. 25-10 versus 18-7. Man. I know Charles Johnson's pretty high. I think he's 35 for a flyweight, which is just getting up there. I don't know why they don't have the age on the UFC app, on the UFC website. It's a bit fucking silly. Like, do we really need their leg reach? Give us their age. Anyway, moving on. Michael Johnson is coming off a very great performance. Who'd he beat? What's that guy's name? A Mexican fella. Anyway. Is he Mexican? Yeah, he's Mexican. Michael Johnson. Who did Alexander Hernandez just KO? He just had a great flatline. Diego Ferreira. Oh, man, this is a tough one because Hernandez can fold up and whimper away. So not whimper away, but he gets finished a lot. Michael Johnson's old, but he's still fast. He's still durable. He's still a dog. But I just think he's got too many miles on the clock. And Alexander Hernandez is on, I believe, a 4 or 5 fight win streak. Back up at lightweight since moving back up from featherweight. And I see him continuing on with that. I think he'll beat Michael Johnson by either late TKO or by a decision. Moving on. Josh Hockett versus Denzel Freeman. Be honest, I'm pretty sure both these guys come off the Contender Series. Two massive, like, 265 pounds. Look at the size of Denzel Freeman. Holy Jesus! That is a big man. Very inexperienced UFC fighters here. Seven fights for Hockett. 8 fights for Freeman. What I did see from Josh Hockett on the Contender Series, though, was some great wrestling. And if you can wrestle as a heavyweight, that puts you just above and beyond all of them. Because most of them are fat blobs that stand there, flat-footed, throw a couple punches, get tired if they don't knock them out in the first round. So yeah, I think Josh Hockett is going to win by TKO ground and pound in the second or the third round. And man, can that guy cut a promo. Man, can he cut a promo. Alrighty. Ricky Tercios versus Cameron Smotherman. I'm trying to think of who they fought recently. Who did Cameron Smotherman lose to? I think he's really young. I'd love to see their ages. Next time I do this, I'll have my phone, so I'll be able to check their fucking stats. But I've got my phone flashlight on me. Look, we've got to make do with the setup we got here. Alright, I've got the background set up. I've got it all dialed. I've got the shades on. Let's try, baby. Yeah, look, I don't know. Ricky Tercios, he's not that good, but he's a dog and he fights hard. I don't know much about Cameron Smotherman. He'll probably win, but I like Ricky Tercios, so I'm going to go Ricky Tercios by decision. Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. Interesting fact here. Adam Fugit is fighting at a Red Hawk Academy. Not under Tim Welsh, but he's got the other coaches there. And the word is that they're trying to feed him to this guy. They give it to him on short notice. Didn't give him much of an opportunity to say yes or no. Again, I don't know this Ty Miller. He must be coming off the Contender Series. And yeah, I think they're trying to feed Adam Fugit to him. So I'm going to go Ty Miller. Let's go by KO, brother. I don't even fucking know these ones. I don't really give a fuck, do I? But yeah, that'll do it. UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimblett goes down this weekend. And I am fudging excited, man. Oh, this UFC drought, 6 weeks without, has been far too long. I miss it. I love it. I'm so passionate about the UFC and MMA. I've been watching it religiously for probably 8 years now. Haven't missed a card. Man, I've had times where I've been at the snow. Listen to this. I remember I was at the snow one time, going up the ski lift on the thing where you got it between your legs on a T-bar, watching Holly Holm versus Irene Aldana, for fuck's sakes. If that's not commitment, then I don't know what is. But anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. Hopefully my picks aren't shocking. I'll run through them one more time. I'll give you all the names. We're going Paddy Pimblett. We're going Sean O'Malley. We're going Waldo Salsa Boy Acosta. We're going Natalia Silva. We're going Gene Silva. We're going Umar Nurmagomedov. We're going Ateba Gutierrez. We're going with Nikita Krylov. We're rolling with Charles NRG Johnson. Mullet in the back. You know what I'm saying. Party in the back. Alexander Hernandez, Josh Hockett, Ricky Tercios, and we're going to roll with Ty Miller. First UFC prediction show. Again, if you like this, there's more content coming all year, weekly, or every card, not weekly, sorry, don't shoot me. Whatever there is, 40 or 42 a year. I'm starting off this with the Paramount era. It begins. Showtime reacts, Showtime picks, Showtime in the motherfucking house. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Later.